I think it goes back to the strategic amnesia that you mentioned before, and we're seeing this played out at very senior levels in the Australian government, and I fear in the United States government as well, that seeing Prime Minister Howard on TV saying he was embarrassed. 600,000 people died as a result of that occupation, and the sectarian carnage that we helped unleash, you know, embarrassed just doesn't cut it for me. So I think then for the Prime Minister to engage in the split-second deployment, practically before President Obama had closed his mouth, and certainly before the rest of the world is there, we've deployed with initially humanitarian, then just no boots on the ground, and suddenly we're running weapons into one particular side of a really gruesome civil war, and there are 600 pairs of boots on the ground, or certainly on their way in there at the moment. I think we are at grave risk of simply repeating and pouring fuel on a fire that we helped start. So what we would like to see, I mean, you're probably aware, we would like to have seen that deployment decision put to Parliament so that the scope of the mission and what exactly it is that we're asking the ADF to do can be made very clear, because it's certainly not clear to me.
Michael Keenan.
Well, I mean, thank God that we have countries in the world that are actually prepared to take some responsibility for things that happen around the globe. I mean, we saw a situation.
Do you mean do you mean the invasion in 2003?
Or maybe he means Rwanda.
Yeah. No, well, I'm sorry, but well, if anyone in this, well, I mean, if anyone believes that it's a bad thing that the Australian government has joined with our allies to protect the Yazidi people who were going to be massacred by this barbaric organisation, literally tens of thousands of people. I mean, if anyone believes that that's a bad thing, that Australia shouldn't be taking those sorts of humanitarian actions, or that our allies shouldn't be, then I would be very surprised.
I shouldn't have to support a war in order to say that I'm against ISIS. There should be other solutions. Surely by now we realise...
Well, we're not talking about a war. I'm talking about the humanitarian intervention that we took to make sure that these people weren't going to be massacred.